Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? How is everybody doing? I can say that right now because Knox is having his dinner. How is everyone? What is going on? Greetings, good afternoon from Denmark. Yo, Denmark, what's the deal with Greenland? Look, the deal previously has been we just kind of build whatever the fuck we want to there, and you guys are cool with it, but come on. I'm just fucking with you. I know you probably have no control over that. Phoenix is in the house. How you doing, Phoenix? No, I didn't take a couple more gummies. God. Look, man, the way that whole thing went down is I took the gummies. I was sitting on my couch waiting for him to hit. And then Nick goes, hey, can we do this tonight? I got some shit going on. And I was like, guys, I'm 15 milligrams deep right now. It's not going to be good. And Nick just goes, that's dope. Let's do it. And Rich is like, yes, full send. Okay. And I love, so Dave, the editor for that, sometimes it's Dave, sometimes it's Fen, is like Rich and Eli were talking about important shit. And they just pan back to my camera and I'm sitting there silently. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember half of those conversations. But now I really want to make a shirt that says I wished for chicken wings just because, dude, that was the funniest shit. I broke Nick with that fucking story. If you don't know what we're talking about, you got to get over on Pepperbox because Kind of Consensuals, it's a good time. NTC next year, oh my gosh. Baby powder, homie. Trust me. Rusty Dad, oh. The last Kind of Consensual was amazing. I was gone. I was not okay, man. I just wanted to be part of the conversation. Tell me why you were on unsub video, but not in the video. What video? On an unsub video, but not in the video. What do you mean? Was it the one where we were doing the live tour? I don't know. Got my brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tonight, representing my Lady Marines. Let's go. Congratulations. That's actually totally awesome. Brown is, I don't know the whole tier system. I think white's like at the bottom and black is at the top. I don't know if brown is before or after purple. I don't know any of the rules, but congratulations. I mean, like, honestly, it's more of an achievement than I've ever gotten in any kind of martial art. I don't do it. I'm still wearing this. Still hurts to grip anything, turn anything. Dude, like, tennis elbow fucking sucks, guys. You're on 500 milligrams right now. Look, MCJ or MJCI official. People are like, man, 15. I wish 15 did that to me. Here's the thing. If I ever get to that point where I need that kind of THC in my system to feel what I felt that night, I will probably go cold turkey for about 6 months to a year just so my tolerance resets. Just because I need that, like, bro, I like being cheap when it comes to the gummies. Just heard about Apple News craziness, but feeding 160 million people with bad information daily would clearly make many delusional. Hope everyone drops Apple now. Hope you're doing great, HLC. What happened with Apple? I just switched to Apple, and the only reason I switched... Look, here's the thing. I'm smart enough to realize that every measurable metric of cell phone capability, Samsung does better. I'm aware. I'm fully aware. And I am an absolute Samsung guy, have always been an absolute Samsung guy. But when we went on the live tour, I was missing text messages. And I mean, we're at 5-minute timelines. Like it's boom, boom, boom. You got to go quick. So I had to switch. I also know that iPhones are, for all intents and purposes, faddish. They are very user-friendly to some people, not for me. Sometimes I get into a menu or something on that thing and I have no idea how to get out of it. So I just shut down the phone and restart it. I swipe from every direction. I try, like, Samsung has buttons. I just swipe up from the bottom. Cool. Boom. Home. And I'm back at my home screen. Give us Buff and the Kid playing the Pen Is game, progressively getting louder. Hi, Grandpa Buff. Penis.
Oh, you want to play this? Penis.
Oh, you went all the way there. Oh, okay. Penis.
Oh, look at you go. Okay, all right. Oh, wait, nope, that was a different word. All right, kid, I guess you win this one. Old habits die hard.
I think that's the game you're talking about. Let me see. 6-hour drive today in HLC, and you're my co-pilot. Mailed you something for you and Buffalo Love. Hello from North Dakota. Sorry that I did call Canada gay North Dakota on Twitter, if you saw that. It was funny, though. How the heck did time go by too fast? I'm already at Friday when the... So I do got to let y'all know something. I understand that my videos have been a little inconsistent lately. Had some personal things that we've had to take care of. Mrs. Linecrosser, she allowed me. She wanted me, like, because people need to know. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. But we had to do some traveling, and we'll have more traveling in my future. So I just bought a laptop so that way I can convert everything over and just do it all right there instead of having to be here for it. So the videos might look a little bit different depending on lighting, but it will still be the characters you guys know and love. So that's my goal. I reset mine at 1,500 milligrams. Now 100 puts me on the couch. Oh, God. What's with Cuba? Was a boat touched or not? We need to remember Maine. So I don't know the whole deal with Cuba. I did hear, like kind of secondhand, that there was a civilian charter that was fired upon, and we had an American who was killed by the Cuban military. I don't know how true that is. I don't know the circumstances. I mean, this is the thing. When it comes to anyone's territorial waters, you have to understand, like, entering someone's waters without identifying yourself is, in most places, is kind of like, okay, we can touch you. Like, that's going to happen. Should they have been fired upon? I don't know. I don't know all the details. I'm not judging one way or another, but we are getting it. I pray for you and Mrs. Linecrosser. I hope everything is well. Everything is okay. It's all taken care of. I did talk to her today. We're thinking about kind of vlogging some of it. Just kind of bring awareness and things like that. And I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good. Oh, when I was messing with the punch box tester. Okay, yeah, I only got to, like, I think my highest hit, it was off camera, because the one on camera I think was like 37,000, and the one off camera I think I got to like 42. But Nick and Eli both hit way harder than me. I'm actually a proud hoser from Indy. North Dakota is gay Canada. Does Cuba have a green beans yet? Nah, but they keep fucking around. They go and find out. Happy Friday, HLC. 15 milligrams weak sauce, Big Chief. Not gonna lie, anything less than 100 is just sad. Bro, I like being cheap. I like it. I get one baggie of them things, and I'm good for like a week. Oh, by the way, did you see War Secretary Pete talk about Scouting America going back to being like OG Boy Scouts? I don't know if he has any control over that. I don't, like, is the Boy Scouts a government thing? I don't know if he has any control over that, but I mean, wouldn't put it past him. And then right now, a bunch of fucking trolls on Twitter trying to make fun of the U.S. government because soldiers on Fort Bliss or around the Mexican border shot down a Border Patrol drone. Air corridors are there for a reason. You abide by the air corridor. You fly in the air corridor. You squawk the correct codes in the air corridor. And you can fly wherever the hell you want to, within reason. You don't follow the rules, and especially if you come near a federal installation, shit's going to get shot. Now, for those of you who've never served in the military, Department of Homeland Security and the Department of War now, they don't talk to each other almost fucking ever. We don't go train with the Border Patrol agents down at Fort Bliss. Like, we just don't. We're our own thing. They're their own thing. I'm the Hound Lady. Donated 7 hounds to numerous police departments. Also, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you see me in the woods of Western Pennsylvania, wave and say hi. One day HLC will remember me. I remember the name of the supporting cast. I remember that. The Media Research Center noticed Apple News in January 2026. Of their 600 stories, 100% were from the left media and 0 was from the right. Not even a Fox article. Apple News is literally silencing. So I can understand that. I mean, realistically, they have their freedom of press and they can publish any kind of news that they want. I bounce around and I always try and prove something. Knox just barked. He's coming down the hallway. I always try and prove myself wrong before I go through with anything. Sometimes there's just not enough information out there. Hold on, let me put the gate up. All right, you jackasses.
I got it.
Oh, you got the gate? Oh God, they're gonna say it. Oh, oh, hail chair, chair. Oh my God, chair. It's gonna happen. Can you speak? All right. Can you tell? Oh wow. Okay, Fritz. Jeez. Oh God. Yep. You guys in chair. I'm choosing to believe that HLC just barked because I looked away. These guys are just in here. They're just chilling. Knox is getting some water. Maple Loco, I think. Oh, thank you so much. I need the details of Buff's school. POL. You were there on the podcast. You remember, right? Buff school. POL. What is going on? I have no idea what we're talking about. Your high is giraffe lips? I was up there, man. Probably going to be up there after this. Hopefully. I'm just happy that both the USA men's and women's hockey teams beat those Canadian maple syrup sipping moose knuckle munches for the gold. It is every Olympics. Every single one. Americans rally behind someone, right? We rally behind some team, some person. For years, it was Michael Phelps. For years before that, I think it was I can't remember how to say her name. Christy Yamaguchi. Was she American or did she skate for Japan? I know she's a figure skater. Anyways, I was a little kid back then, so everyone always kind of rallies behind someone. And that just happened to be the one. And we love beating Canada at anything, especially a sport that they're like known for. Did I see Aussies trying to go hypersonic? Oh God, did someone give them a sewer lid and a nuclear weapon? Oh, she was American. Okay. There was a guy that around that same time, he was the first person to do a backflip on ice. Thought that was cool. Shaun White was another one. Yep. Shaun White. We all watched Shaun White do the snowboard and the half pipe. Well, he did a couple events all related to snowboard, I think. I did not see that the Aussies are trying to go hypersonic, but that's like the new thing now is everyone wants something greater than Mach 5. And it's the fact that everyone is trying to develop it. There is some validity in that. However, more than speed, flight path, counter air defense systems, electronic countermeasures, those matter more. Now, it's like, okay, think about it like this when it comes to missiles. All right. You want to make a good burger. A good missile is like a good burger, right? You got to have good quality meat, which is the missile itself. It's got to get from point A to point B. You got to have good seasoning. That's its ability to hit its target it intends to.
Would you intercept
Real
me?
men have little dogs. What's going on?
I'd intercept me.
Any word on if the Air Force Museum is gonna let you run amok, or is it still a no-go? Looking forward to getting a pic with you next to most beautiful plane to ever fly, the XB-70 Valkyrie.
Still,
Have a good weekend, bud.
Hey, thank you so much, man. You have a good weekend too. Right now, it's still a no. So, and honestly, I have several museums lined up. It's Nick. I love Nick, but goddamn, the man is so fucking busy. So it's so hard to schedule anything. And now my schedule just got a lot busier. So, we both love doing Habitually Fat. It's one of our favorite shows to do. It's just a matter of finding time because it is very time restrictive. So anyways, you got your seasoning, you got your meat, right? Okay, cool. That makes a decent burger. Now you want to add in lettuce and pickle and maybe a good toasted bun. And those are all the other things. Those are your electronic countermeasures. Those are your evasion techniques. Those are your, what are they called? I want to say duds, but decoys. There you go. Things like that. And then one of those things, maybe the fries on the side, is speed. And speed matters, but speed by itself is, it's okay. But all those other things matter. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I try and make information that might be complex to some people pretty easy to digest. I hope that made sense. Code Doggo in the studio. Oh yeah, Knox is just chilling. Where's Fritz? Oh, Fritz is right behind me. He's you can see his butt right there. He's a little potato. They have a partnership where Eagle Scouts can increase rank in the military on entry. Yeah, I know that. If you're an Eagle Scout for the Army, you come in as like an E3. You should do a Pepperbox exclusive where you're high as fuck with an insane satire story. That might be fun. Dog treats for Fritz. He doesn't get any more right now. He's getting fat. He's getting what we call a soup can. His torso looks like a soup can. Fritz, where you at? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. They gotta see your soup can. See, you can't even see riblets. You can't see riblets. You can't see. I know you're fat like Dad. Oh. You want a seatbelt? No seatbelt? Seatbelt. Okay, you don't gotta put your paw on me. No seatbelt? Okay, seatbelt. Good boy. Yes, Fritz is a Chinese crested. You're curious, do I have a bug out bag? Not a specific one, but I know where all the items I would need are, and to be able to just go cook it. Do I have a location that I would go to? That's a little bit more of an ambiguous question, though. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind. Have I considered the possibility that the kid's first real air-to-air kill might be an Iranian F-14? Because, of course, it would. I have considered that possibility. I also think that most of their fleet right now consists of F-4s, which there's some good jokes to be made in there. I hope it isn't a Tomcat, but it's a very real possibility. To the entire chat, don't do the animating favors because Jack Mandeville believes in you all. I love Jack. Jack is such a great dude. I hope you all get to meet Jack someday. He is just an awesome all-around guy. And he plays, like when he's on videos and stuff, he plays just like this drunken, chain-smoking goober. But he is hands down one of the most intelligent people you will ever meet. Like, he is crazy smart, man. Me and him have talked for hours about all sorts of stuff. Seen an F-22 with external hardpoints and underwing weapons. If the F-22 does actually get these external weapons and heavier weight, we'll see the kid complaining about getting middle age spread or realizing he's old. I saw it briefly. I haven't read into it, but I think for the underwing hardpoints are primarily for, I think it's like a stealth fuel pod that they just started producing. Like they've already tested it and everything, but I barely read part of the article. I don't know much about that. Weapons might be. It says F-22 carries pylons all the time. Oh, he knows. We should just, for this one, weapons, you're not allowed to do anything in chat except for talk to people, just because I want people to just give you a hard time and you not be able to mute them for a little while. Can we get the boss's thoughts on Angry Mustache Man? God, the joke just popped into my head. God, Buff, he really is sentient.
Listen. If the man would have started with a different minority, we wouldn't have had an issue with it.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was... oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, man. What's up? The Chinese selling their CM-302 anti-ship missiles. Any concern about them or Iran trying to use them against American ships? No, they're a pretty dated missile. Supersonic, kind of they have a cruise missile profile, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Low, not very fast, pretty easily detectable. It's the number. Now, you also got to understand there's a number of launchers that coincides with that, because like when we sell Patriot to someone, we'll sell them, one system with 6 to 8 launchers, and then we'll sell them enough missiles that they can probably reload each one of them launchers at least once or twice. Reloads take time, whether it's a ballistic missile or an air defense interceptor, things like that. Reloads take time. So initial volley, going to be a heavy defensive effort. After that, they're going to want to hide. So I think that's the easiest way to explain it. Australia's trying for Mach 5 travel, not a missile. I put it in Discord and did a silly video on YouTube and tagged you. I will try to look into it. Yeah, my whole weekend is fucking booked already. Jesus. I did get some time to play a little Borderlands. I don't know if you guys know that, but Borderlands 4 just had an update. There's a paid for DLC. I bought the Ultimate Edition because I'm a Borderlands fucking junkie. And now they've introduced Pearlescent rarity. Haven't found one yet. Got a couple of legendaries. No Pearlescent, so... I know the U.S. for a little while was also trying for Mach 5 travel. And I think we successfully did it. It was unmanned. But it, like, crossed the Atlantic in, like... I don't know, a couple of minutes. Like, it wasn't long. When I was in the Army, I got to clean the Ordnance Museum on Fort Lee as a detail. So many cool tanks, bombs, etc. So I do have... so Corey, who works at the Air Defense Artillery Training Support Facility, I still have his number. And he has friends at the Ordnance Museum, as well as the Patton Museum, and the Maneuvers Center of Excellence, whatever museum that they have there. So I just got to reach out to him. It's just, right now, I have a couple of things lined up. It's just a matter of trying to find Nick's schedule. I was the one that told you I changed my life last week. I now have a lot of disposable income and questions for you. You have been warned. You know, man, you ain't got to worry about it. I will answer as much as I possibly can. Knox is in Fritz's bed. They don't even know whose bed is whose. Fritz likes laying on the floor. Knox, he likes the smaller beds. When I take him over to my in-laws' house, my wife's stepdad, he'll just... he has like a doily for a fucking, like a lamp, and he'll just throw it on the floor. It's like this big, and he's like, here, Knox, there's your bed. Because he knows Knox just loves tiny little bed. Have I played the new DLC for Borderlands 4 yet? A little bit. Haven't finished it. I don't know how bad the final boss is. I think I fought one of the mini bosses. Formerly Psychotic Pickle. Now Pickle Bones. Greetings. I need to message you soon. What did I do? Am I in trouble? Reach out to my mods. They filter everything to me, and I feel so bad because for the last part of this week, I was so incredibly busy. I didn't do anything on really any social media. I had the videos preloaded because I was just busy. Hope you're doing well. I genuinely want to know what you think. Do you think the AIM-174 gunslinger outperformed the Russian R-37 air-to-air missile? Yes. Okay. The yes was easy. The R-37 is a solid missile, right? Solid air-to-air missile. The benefit the AIM-174 has, and I don't know enough about the R-37, but I'm almost positive that it doesn't have this capability, is through network integration. The AIM-174 can be used on circumstantially a missile truck, like an F-18 that is beyond the horizon, beyond line of sight, that is networked to an F-35, and an F-35 can fire their missiles off of their platform. That ability to network and kind of watch each other's backs allows us to keep stealth aircraft kind of further into the fight, more of the deep fight, for those of you who know like infantry tactics, and keep the non-stealth kind of fourth gens a little bit further back and allow them to just rain haymakers in. So that's all I know at this point in time. I think the the AIM-174 is, for all intents and purposes, just a superior missile, both in range, maybe not speed, because after a little while, it's kind of a moot point. We made a Phoenix missile that traveled at Mach 5. It's doable, but the 174, I don't think needs to travel at those speeds. Accelerating to those speeds burns a lot of fuel. Now, it's a big missile that has a lot of fuel, but if you go a little bit slower, you burn the fuel slower, and it can probably get you a little further depending on the elevation of said target. As an air defender, your thoughts on the rumors of the return of the barrage balloons for dealing with defense of static positions via death by cable nets? I don't think we will see the return of barrage balloons because mostly what you're looking at that could be hitting those barrage balloons and getting destroyed are small drones. And that doesn't put up much of a defense of anything. And plus, those barrage balloons make detecting targets past them more difficult to do. So if you gum up the airspace, like in a real dogfight, our radars are really good. Really, really good. And we can pick out a lot of details about incoming aircraft. I don't know how much of those details I'm allowed to say, but a lot of details with very, very good fidelity. Barrage balloons just kind of get in the way and could potentially, like, our missiles are not designed to evade a balloon and go for the target. They kind of point A to point B. Probably could do it, make a patch for it, but I don't know how well that would work. I hope that answers your question. Syrupy and snow Mexicans. Oh man, when Buff went off. I saw someone open the Canadian MRE. It had poutine and tortillas in it. They really are snow Mexicans. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I've had Canadian MREs. I think I've had French ones too. They're superior. Like, I don't like saying that out loud, but God, ours are just, whoever made American MREs, like, negated taste or flavor or consistency or texture. They're just like, no. Calorie dense. That's all we care about, is how many calories we can pack into a human in one package. I think each MRE is like 2,600 calories or some crazy fucking number. It's insane. Did you know that SEAL Team 2 was deployed to Mexico since February 15th? I actually did not know that. But it's not unheard of. A lot of our special operations, special forces, CAG, SEALs, they have pretty much exclusively operated in Central and South America for the last 2 decades. Hey, buddy, your Iranian-American brother over here. Hopefully the liberation starts tonight. All I ask is you please pray for our American service members and my people. May Lord keep them safe. Love you all. You be safe. You keep your head down, man. Like I said, I don't want to put American lives in jeopardy, but it's gotten to a point that even if Iran, the regime agrees that they're not going to nuclearize, that's only for so long. The best way to save, and this is fucked up. Look, this is strategy. This isn't morality. The best way to negate the use of nuclear weapons would be to remove the regime now, pass it back over to the Persian people, and allow them to govern themselves. But I'm sure somebody said the exact same thing about Iraq. I don't know how many of them would be willing to govern themselves, but I don't want to put American lives in danger, but it also makes a lot of sense. I should do a missile version of Lock and Load. So a little behind the scenes here. I don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully this year. I do I've reached out to Adam over at Ballistic High Speed. He's a good friend of mine. He's currently working on a fucking RPG right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure your wife is just so happy about that. And, we're trying to get the first ever, like, ultra high speed of missile launches with the Department of War. We're trying to make that happen. I had a yes. We'll see how long that lasts. You should be surprised how much Brazilian MREs suck. Not even a Brazilian, Korean known food YouTuber said it's bad. God damn. Are silkworm missiles still a thing? I have not heard of those. Let me double check. They sound familiar. Somebody's going to get me to Google something fucking weird. Oh, that's where I saw it. They're still in use in South Korea. Or not South Korea. North Korea. North Korea still has those. I made fun of him in my USA versus the World North Korea. I said, imagine a bomb and have it drawn by a toddler. That's what they look like. That's quite literally what they look like. What? Don't call me a missile moron, you fucking grease monkey. Yeah, weapons. He's like, I did weapons loading. No, you did work packets, wrenched on things, and you had to verbally verify the P tube inside the aircraft. You had to put your face on it, make sure that it was clear. If you and Nick make it to the Air Force Museum in Dayton, please make it public so I can come meet you guys. Possible. I mean, that's a big one. I really, really, really do want to go to that one, but the guy is just being a douchebag. Can I get all the sirens and bells for my Aunt Loretta? She joined the United States Marine Corps in 1974, where she proudly served our country. She was killed by a driver in March, a true female American badass. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, supporting cast. That is for your Aunt Loretta. God, that sucks. I hate that. Like, and it happens all the fucking time. I'm not trying to like downplay or anything like that, but it just like, you have people who serve a lot of their life in the military and then they get out and they just die. Whether it's car accidents, heart attacks, like it's so wild, man. New character idea. B-52 has been stationed in Israel his whole career and adopted the culture. Only wording YouTube accepts. When will the kid get a goddamn intercept? I have no idea. How long have we had B-52s in Israel? I know they kind of move around the Middle East. What would you say if I found an elemental pop can in Modern Warfare Zombies 2023? Wait. I think they're in the game, right? Do I think pilots pee in a tube? Hold on, weapons. I know for a fact in one aircraft they do. My brother was a test cell operator in the United States Navy, worked on F-18 Hornets, Super Hornets, and EA-18 Growlers. And he said one of the favorite things he used to make new sailors do is wouldn't tell them it's a pee tube, and they'd have to go in there and like yell into it. And he'd be like, I can't hear you, blow more air through it. And yeah. So I don't know about all aircraft, but I know F-18s did. I know for a fact they did. I guess China's supposed to be wrapping up a deal selling them to Iran. Just came in the news recently. Love your stuff. Keep up the great work. God bless. God bless you as well. Andrew Anderson? Thank you so much. T. Grahamham. If you haven't seen Down Periscope, you should watch it. It's probably one of the greatest military movies of all time. Oh, man. These are still going fucking ham. How about balloons carrying rapid dragons? Free IP, Ray. That's a lot of weight for a fucking balloon. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, J-Lens was heavy, but that's a lot of weight. And the downside is when you bring them down and up, bad guys would always shoot at them. Down Periscope is awesome, bro. It's one of the greatest military movies of our time. Piddle packs are a thing. Yeah, so are diapers, weapons, which you wear because you're old. I'm just kidding. Probably. You're awesome. You're awesome, Tigraman Hem. Have I heard about the poison in our MREs? If you dig far enough, there is bad shit in like all food. And to be fair, we kind of all knew it was there. When you grab this thing that's in plastic and sealed with like cellophane and there's foil in it, and they tell you that everything in here is good for like 30 years, that doesn't happen with normal food. Like, they had to be putting some other shit in it. So honestly, not surprised. How they're going to make that without those kind of preservatives in it, I don't know. Fritz is just chilling over here on the floor. He's just chilling. Raise hell, praise America. Hell yeah. I still love that we parked some B-2s on Diego Garcia, then flew the mission to Iran from Missouri. Diego Garcia was the most beautiful beach I can ever go back to. I've heard bad about Diego Garcia, and this is now the second time you've talked about Diego Garcia being like a beach paradise. So I'm kind of curious. But it's also, we do that shit a lot. Like, hey, watch the hand, and then we pull out a knife with the other one. Like, it's wild. I don't know what Fritz is doing back there. Let's all watch him for a second. Fritz, if you shit in my game room, I'm going to introduce you to the youth in Asia. I wouldn't do that. My name's not Hassan. First, there you go. Question is personal. I sent you a letter to the P.O. Box about my struggle and how your videos helped. How likely would you read it? I 100% read those. I read every single letter that comes to my P.O. Box. Whether or not it gets in the video is kind of a matter of like how much personal information is in there. Sometimes I'll tell like Fenn, like, hey, cut this part out. You know, I don't want to, you know, make everyone realize that this guy's like going through some struggles and stuff. And, or if they say, hey, you know, I don't want this read publicly, I try and be reasonable with everybody. I know you paid the B2 for those 50. Hell yeah, dude. I was fucking soaring, bro. 19 members of SEAL Team 2 was deployed to Mexico a week before the cartel attack. I mean, I believe it. We've actually worked with the federales for years. For years, we worked with the federales. And most of the time it's special operations. But we let them do their own operations unless they ask for help. If they're like, hey, we need some extra bodies and some extra firepower, we're like, cool, we'll go help. But most of the time we're like, hey, that's the guy you're looking for. Be really cool if he stopped breathing. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and just leave. Dude, we feed, I mean, we were feeding intel to fucking Ukraine for a long time. I don't know if we still are. I know that President Trump like said we weren't going to do that anymore, and then Russia kept fucking around, so like we said we were. I don't know. If we cannot sail certain jets due to their capabilities, I believe that's why at least do we sell. Why do we sell our Patriots? Do we have something better we won't sell? Yes and no. So Patriot has what's called a PDB. So in the same way that like certain jets have like blocks and certain ships have like flight 3, flight 2, stuff like that. So too, we have PDBs for Patriot. I've read it 2 different ways, so don't fucking crucify me if you're a Patriot guy. I've heard post-deployment build and post-development build. When Patriot first came out, like compared to what we have now, it's a completely different system. Now, depending on how cool we are with certain countries is what version they're able to purchase. And we keep some of that stuff kind of close to home. When I was still like actually fighting the system, we still had CRTs, cathode ray tubes, like the old tube TVs full of argon and all sorts of other bad shit. And it was literally just, they had like a stick, like a stylus stick and move it around. And the seats were just like fold out little green things that had like a fucking napkin on them for padding. It sucked. Now, dual touch screens, Recaro racing seats, everything's all been digitized. The SMU, fuck that thing, the Switch multiplexer unit. I only met one guy who knew how to initialize the SMU from memory. He was the most useless fucking first sergeant we ever had in our goddamn life. Actually, a funny story. Oh my God. This made me think about it. So this first sergeant, he was a good guy. He was a nice guy. He just was a shit first sergeant, right? He was just a pushover, would always volunteers for shit, never fought for us, never got us what we needed. Like he was just a shit first sergeant. And we all brought in, our commander brought us in, Commander First Sergeant. They're both sitting there across the table, and it was all NCOs. And I'm sitting next to my buddy McCraw. And McCraw and me, we're still tight to this day. I love McCraw. And they were like, all right, hey, this is an open forum. You can say anything you want to me or First Sergeant. Like, we need to know what is going on in this unit and how to fix it, which is fine. That's a sensing session. And I eased into it. I dipped my toes in. I was like, hey, First Sergeant, sometimes, when we're trying to get things, McCraw interrupts me, stands up, points across the table, like finger in this First Sergeant's face. He's like, I don't trust you. I don't fucking respect you. And this unit would be better off without you. And I was like, okay, we could go that way. That's all right. I was trying to ease into it. McCraw went just 0 to 1,000,000 right there. And I was like, it was bad enough that later on I was at the smoke pit and I saw that First Sergeant in the smoke pit chain smoking and quite literally crying. I felt bad for him, but like the dude needed to hear it, man. Like he needed to know like you're failing as a leader. Wolfram said no to the F-18 thing. Look, my brother worked on him. I have no reason not to trust my brother. Can we please have an HLC live stream on an edible? You want me to sit here for like an hour and a half just like this? Oh man. Yeah. That's a core memory when McCraw did that. Oh God, he was right next to me too. I was just like, okay, that's what's happening. Buff does the monologue when I read now. The queer folk.
The queer folk around the Shire.
We need that stoned HLC. Oh my God. Oh, it did the thing again. Black Ops 1 and 2 zombies are superior. Can we agree? I think it was 2. Is that the one where you had the high rise? And like the Pack-a-Punch was in the elevator most of the time? That one, I played that shit. Oh my God, forever. Can I get a hell yeah for Desert Storm veterans? Can I get a hell yeah? Of course you can. Drunk HLC's better. Finished alive with Captain. Is that what that helmet is? Is a Captain Rex helmet? I haven't looked it up. I haven't had time. Can I get a hell? Or sorry, RAAF Museum at defense.gov.au. Just putting it out there. Nick probably won't travel. AC is probably too busy. Maybe Eli if you tie it to the F1. I told Eli, like, hey, Nick doesn't want to travel, and I really want to go international and check out some international museums. And Eli's like, I'll go, without question. He's like, yeah, let's go. So, homie the clown, homie don't play that. Ooh, that's a throwback right there. Thoughts on the F-35 pilot training the Chinese? I just heard about that. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, right? Everyone is innocent. And Weapons sent me, when I posted on Twitter, because my buddy Alex Hollings, he posted about it, and I was like, excuse me, fucking what? I hadn't heard about this. And Weapons sent me a bunch of shit in my DMs. I haven't read it yet. Borderlands was kind of more important because the like hour and a half I had before stream. And to me, there's not enough money in the world. Like, it's illogical to me. Like, it's such a weird thing. There's not enough money in the world. Now, maybe if I was like captured and they were trying to like torture me, like maybe I would tell them some things, but like to willingly go and train them how to kill your peers is fucking wild work, man. Like, that's, bury him under the jail. Like, people like that, this is the thing. When that kid in Washington was trying to give the Chinese secrets about the HIMARS, that's a capability. Whatever, shit changes all the time anyways. The kid got punished, he went to jail, cool. This will have direct impact on combat capability and lives on the battlefield. This motherfucker, if convicted, and if they can prove all this shit is true, needs to be hung. Like, to me, that is not, you don't fucking do that, man. Like, you just don't. Am I going to go out there and actively try and do counter intel operations against the Chinese? No, that's not my fucking place. But I can tell you right now, no amount of money would ever get me that to turn on my team like that. It's so illogical. It's so far beyond anything I could comprehend. Like, honest question, is there anything, like let's be honest, right? If someone came to you with $1 million and wanted to know what was inside your head, would you be inclined to tell them? Like, would you be, oh, I can give them some information, not everything. Like, Pop 1 VR is kind of clutch. No, yeah, see, I got a lot of no's in there. I know, Jack, that yes was before I got to this part. I'm aware. You're good, man. Mirandy Griffin, yes, there's some, I'm just curious. Like, it's, because to me, like, maybe you guys can explain to me, like, because I always try and put my head inside someone else's head. They're like criminals, right? I love watching crime shows. I love watching police shows. Like, you when it comes to like murder, you have crime of passion. You have like revenge. Like, there's a lot of reasons that I could like logically, like not morally, but logically, I could understand that. I will never understand like people who diddle kids. There's no logic there. There's none at all whatsoever inside my brain. Like, I can't justify that. School shooters can't justify that. There's no, like, mass shooting is just beyond, as well as like sexual assault. Like, I cannot justify it. So for this, my brain, I can't wrap my head around it. So like, why? If you could infer, right? Like, what might be a reason? He probably had resentment and thought he should be promoted. That, you know what? Vengeance. That I didn't even think about that. There's a reason I've never taken a War Thunder sponsor. Taking money from the people killing my friends isn't happening. Facts. Don't pay the snail, folks. You're missing the American part of what I type every time you're super chat. When I say Iranian American, it means I'm an American from the U.S. My family's over there, and I'm aware, man. I'm like, when I say like watch out for yourself, my thought process over there is like, if you're loud enough, that regime knows no bounds, and it could be a real easy like murder suicide type deal. Also, Animarchy history. How's everyone doing? How you doing, buddy? You give them all fake bullshit or shit that's way more advanced. Like that guy, what was it? He was in Japan. He had been captured, and he was a pilot. And they were like, you know, how many more of these weapons do you have? And he's like, oh, hundreds. It was right after the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And he's like, oh yeah, we have hundreds of those things. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Like, I know exactly how they work. We have hundreds that just lied through his fucking teeth to keep himself alive. I can't remember. Nick was telling me about it. I don't know the name of the guy. The humidity's killing me. I'm too fat for this shit. Oh yeah, it's starting to be no, it's summer over there still. It's 80s here, which is wild. Only the E4 Mafia can get the kid an intercept. Look, I'm not afraid of pragmatic decisions. I'm kind of on the DL. I'm a bit of a shit starter. What is it with you and Asian kids? Youth in Asia. Well, I'm just saying. Just came on, love my videos. Joker, thank you so much for being here. Might be getting your VP shunt removed permanently next month. Hoping is the direction I'm heading. A shunt, that's a heart ventricle. The VP is like ventricle pump or something. Dude, just stay healthy, man. Like, I hope, like I said it in the last stream, I hope every single one of you just live a full, long life and chase all your ambitions and do great things out there. And there's, statistically speaking, there's 700 of you in here right now. All of you know how to drive. That's what I'm saying. I hope that all of you know how to fucking drive, because the amount of shitty drivers that are on the road. I was somewhere else recently, and in a matter of 2 days, I had to slam on my brakes like 6 fucking times to not hit somebody. It is not protocol time. We're at 48 minutes. Protocol is an hour. I'm not bothered if it's in the video. You just help more than most realize, and I feel a need to tell you why. And no white powder, I promise. Maybe. We about to party, or am I going to die? You know what? I don't even think if there was white powder that showed up, I think I'd be perfectly fine. I told you guys about that, how I got 3 anthrax shots in 3 weeks because they kept losing the paperwork. That's a real thing that happened to me. I don't know if you know this. That's an excessive amount of anthrax to be pumped into one human. That probably took years off of my life. It was SRP before Afghanistan. Went in, got my anthrax shot. If you've ever got an anthrax shot, it's like a flu shot on steroids. It's like you got a Charlie horse in your shoulder for like 4 days. Okay? It sucks. And you're supposed to get one in the Army for the first, I think, 6 boosters is like one every 6 months. And then after that, it's annual. And I went back to SRP the next week because we were with soldier readiness processing. You do all your medical and everything. And they were like, oh, you need an anthrax shot. I'm like, no, I got it last week. They're like, well, it's not in our system. Do you have any proof? And I was like, no, they didn't give me anything. They're like, well, then you're getting an anthrax shot. You'll be fine. Did it again. And they're like, we'll put it in the system this time. Cool. And I trusted them like an idiot, like a dumbass. And then the 3rd week, my first line came up to me. Hey, Long, you're overdue for anthrax. I'm like, I literally just got 2 shots in the last 2 weeks. Well, do you have any proof? No, they didn't give it to me. They told me they were going to put it in the system. No, you need to go get an anthrax shot. I'm sure you'll be fine. So I went back and I said, you aren't getting that needle anywhere fucking near me until I have a signed note from a doctor that says you gave me the anthrax shot on this day at this time. And they're like, oh no, we'll put it in the system. No, the fuck we won't, because I just had 2 anthrax shots the last 2 weeks. Oh, motherfuckers. Yeah, I got a 3rd anthrax shot. That time they gave me the paper. And I made several copies of it. I kept one in my truck. I gave one to my first line. I think I gave one to the orderly room. And I was like, this shit is not happening anymore. I feel like I remember like kind of feeling under the weather, but that's a lot of anthrax. That's a lot of anthrax. I don't know anyone who's gotten 3 anthrax shots in 3 weeks. So send me the fucking powder, bro. I could probably do a line of that shit and be perfectly fine. It's like Groundhog Day for anthrax shots, bro. You're not kidding. HLC's bloodstream is 1% anthrax. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure you'll be fine. Yeah, that's what I kept getting told. Look at the front manta ray. It looks like they have canards, gay underwater dudes. I did just see manta rays very recently. And, fuck, I can't. Do they use those to, like, dive and maneuver? I don't know. I don't know how that works. Jewish buff arguing with German typhoon about canards. I'm trying to do the buff voice with a Jewish accent. Hold on.
Hey, so, what do you do? Oh, fuck, I don't know. Hey, you...
Fuck.
Listen here, homo.
Okay, that's all I got. I haven't even... I would have to practice that one, man. Anthrax is a great band. Your injuries are not related to your service history. Nope, not at all. Not at all. RBT blows. AAA officer says, never seen that before. What? RBT? What? Just talk about money?
Ah, these bombs were promised to me 3,000 years ago.
I don't know, man. Nothing's gay under the sea. Is that how it works for the Navy? Hello, little boy. You got 7 minutes before you get a TREAT. I gotta spell it because you know the word. Would you like to tell people stuff? He's walking around like a little skinwalker on 2 legs. Same deal in the telecommunications sector. When I started working for Australia's biggest company, former government agency turned private, our system was from the 90s, had so many code patches, troubleshooting at 30 steps. Oh, bro, luckily with the RDP radar and the modern man station upgrades, they pretty much gut the entire inside of a Patriot system and replace it. My dog needs to take a dump. I hope not. Fritz, where is your mother? I was fighting back tears at work when I heard my face went white and I said, I wished, oh. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, when I was very stoned on a kind of consensual episode very recently, I was explaining I can't lie to my wife. I'm terrible at it. I'm awful at it, right? I can't do it. And she's been having some, some pain. And one of the days her pain was like debilitating. She's laying on the couch and we do this thing that like if I have an eyelash or she has an eyelash, we'll grab it. And then like, I got it. It's like fucking sappy. We'll like blow it off into the wind and you make a wish when you blow it away. Right? It's fucking adorable. I don't care. I cherish the woman. So I was like in front of her and I grabbed the eyelash and I went, phew. And she looks at me and goes, did you wish for me to feel better? Dude, all the color went out of my face and I was just like, and she knew like I didn't. She's like, what did you wish for? And I was like, I wished for chicken wings. And she still hasn't let me live that down. Look, okay, leave me alone. Some of us, I have my priorities straight, okay? I know what I want in life. You're telling me if you had a genie, you'd wish for somebody else to feel better before you'd wish for something for yourself? No. That's not how that works, okay? Yeah, fucking chicken wings. I do 150 mile per hour in a 45. I live in the country. That's what I'm talking about, Ping King. Almost got smoked by a semi today doing my stops. Dude, I feel like the standards for a commercial driver's license has gone downhill. HLC's dandruff is anthrax. Anthrax scared my job back in 2002. Every white powder had us on edge. Oh, dude. Guess who slammed their knee on ice 3 weeks ago? Hasn't healed, so now he's braced up, restricted at work. Physical therapy soon. Knees suck, my dude. You are a simple man. I am a simple man, Phoenix. I'm 100% a simple man.
The Great China.
Don't threaten me with a good time. No, we're getting somewhere. Smallpox vaccine mid-deployment required a doc to poke each of us 20 times, 30 for booster. Left a scar. It's 15 now. Fuck my life. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I got the smallpox. I have a smallpox scar. Is it this arm? Yeah, where they take the... So if you've never gotten a smallpox, because you're younger, some of the older people got them, and if you were in the military and you went overseas to like combat zones that have smallpox, they give you the smallpox vaccine, which isn't like a regular vaccine. It isn't like they take the syringe out and they squirt it into you. No, they take a little needle and then they put it in this jar, this vial of smallpox stuff. And then they just go and they do a bunch of little pokes. And then they cover it in a Band-Aid. And you'd think that would be the end of it. No. Then you get a smallpox. It pops up, a big pus-filled blister on your shoulder. And it itches like a motherfucker. But they tell you, don't itch it. Don't itch it. It has to pop on its own. Because if you pop it early, guess what? You just gave yourself smallpox. So you have to wait. And then it pops on its own, and it leaks out, and it's gross, and then it heals, and you have a scar left over from it. Oh, the peanut butter shot. Oh, that one, I'll be honest with you. Peanut butter shot was bad. Like, it wasn't good. But I think for, like, timeline, smallpox sucks the worst. But, like, initial just hits you like a ton of bricks. Got to be anthrax for me. Depends on the gene and what universe it's from. Oh, a genie, not gene. I'm retarded. Was given an untaxable $1 billion. I could make it more and create art studios that host artwork for homeless people. Hang on. Zach, I'm live right now, and you're live on stream.
All right, here's the thing. Malibu Fit Max broke my fucking heart. Like, absolutely broke my heart. I don't have the words. We all talked about him. I'm sad, dude. I'm absolutely sad. I'm gonna make a video about Stolen Valor tonight, and I wanted your cosign on it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I mean, I'll tell the stream if you want or care. But basically, what I'm going to talk about is how this issue is the reason that people are starting to stop support veterans.
Absolutely.
This is literally the reason that people. Like 10 years ago, no one would have allowed the thought of changing VA compensation or funding to veteran care. No one would have even blinked. But the American taxpayer and citizen is atrophied and tired from supporting falsifiers and charlatans that come in many forms, from drinking out of skulls in the middle of firefights to buying fake followers and posting TikToks while you're deployed. Like, it is a disease, and it is our fault, and it's the reason that people are over it.
Oh yeah, and, I completely fucking agree with you. That's the thing, dude. It's illogical to me when people steal valor, and it's become like, dude, it was back to back. There was one, and then he had a fall off, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, look at this new guy. He's a great dude." And then he just came out. Well, I say came out. He was exposed.
Yeah, and so here's my it's. I'm all right. Can I speak honestly, chat? Can I speak honestly? Let me cook.
Chat says you can cook.
I have brain injuries. I have autoimmune disorders. I have celiac disease. My gut biome is destroyed. Like, I've missed births. I've missed birthdays. Like, every single day is a day that I have to fight back to find the will to carry on for those who can't. And the fact that people are trying to tear a piece of that away when I have to live with the fact that I'm here and my friends aren't is the highest level of disgust that I can think of. I hope they never find a moment's peace. I hope they never know happiness or really truly find any respite as long as they walk this earth. Because only then will I be okay with it. Like, the things that have happened to you, me, Rich, Eli, so many others. For what? So you can fucking sell some protein? You should be disgusted with yourself.
Oh, I
so you
completely
can sell energy
agree.
Drinks. So you can, position yourself as a subject matter expert for what? For emptiness, loneliness? Like, it's pathetic. And it's a disgrace. So people can't be like, oh, I didn't know. This is why we're having to fight for our benefits. This is why people are over veterans. This is why people don't care anymore, because we have made them do it.
Yeah, I completely fucking agree with you, man. And
Sorry.
it's just going to get worse as these
Sorry.
people keep getting... No, dude, everyone in chat is like, fucking let him cook.
My wife isn't home, so I'm going to be really wild. She's not... My buffer, my brand safe buffer is not is traveling, so I'm acting up. Like, it's just... like, I look at my children. My daughter was born the same day I was in firefights. My other daughter, I left 2 days after she was born. Like, I can't even begin to explain, like, all the things that have happened from their lives and my life because of it. Like, you know, to the people I've lost, the people that have taken their lives after service, to the fact that I have more friends that I lost afterward than I did to it. And what, you want to lie because you got, I don't know, I guess you had plastic surgery or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But you don't get to wrap yourself in the flag and protect it and make it holy for all the things that make you lesser of a person.
Yeah, dude, like, I don't understand why people do it. No, you're absolutely fucking correct. And if you want me to co-sign it, if you want me to jump in on it or whatever you need, man, just let me know.
All right. I was kind of hoping you told me to put it on safe a little bit, but I'm not going to.
Oh, no. Zach, you're my inside voice, and you're like, you're my litmus test for the world. If Zach is pissed off at someone, I'm pissed off at them too.
It's why we have to fight so hard every day, because they're like the same people who are like, maybe they don't need that much in disability benefits and all those things. This is the stuff they see. They see all of these fake Green Berets, fake Navy SEALs, and fake influencers and stuff. And like, I mean, you know, Tyler had to wait 3 years to get his Purple Heart because just people lost it in the Marine Corps. And even then, people were like, I don't know, he might have just got the flu or something. Like,
dude's missing an arm and a leg.
Yeah. In the withdrawal of Afghanistan, he testified in front of Congress. And even then, they're like, he could have just had the flu. Hard to say. But I'm going to act up. I'm going to act up a little bit, and that's okay.
Go
I'm
fucking
sorry to
ham
take over
on
your
me.
stream.
No, you're good, man. You're good. This is all great. I tell people all the time, I'm like, Zach is like my fucking spirit animal. Cause like Zach is guiding me through all the bullshit. And as long as I stay with Zach, we're covered. We're good.
Oh, dude, we're going to take it down to the bitter end, because when they finally cancel me, it won't be for this stuff. It'll be for other things. And I probably did it. But like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I love you. You're the best. I'm just upset because, like, we literally talked about it when we were recording Unsub.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I love this guy. I was like, I think he's hilarious. Like, it's, you know, I'm not going to make an apology video because I believe someone who lied about something crazy. Like, I'm just going to be like, that sucks. That sucks. But here's why this is a bigger issue. And I'm going to try and do that pretty succinctly, but I'll probably fail at the succinct part.
Go ham. Fucking weapons free, homie.
All right. Ethan says weapons free. You know what I'll be. You know what I'm saying? Unload, show clear. All right.
Sounds good. Love you, buddy.
I love you. Love you, mean it. I'll holler at you.
All right, catch you later.
Bye.
Bye. Just so you guys know, like there's no fake friends in our fucking friend group. Like what you see is what you get with every single one of us. And what he's talking about for context, so there was the Scotty K Fitness situation where a lot of embellishment there, a lot of lies, cool. But before that was the Tim Kennedy situation. There's another situation which hasn't quite come to light yet. Zach is aware of it. I love hearing Dark Zach go fucking ham on it. And then very recently, there's a fitness influencer by the name of Malibu. Oh shit, Veteran with a Sign. There you are, buddy. What's up, buddy? Malibu, I can't remember his damn name. He was the one who said that he got hit in the face with an IED. He doesn't have a Purple Heart. And he straight up made a video today, like owning up to it, which, I mean, hey, good on you for owning up to it, but why didn't you own up to it when you started getting traction? Like, hey guys, I shouldn't have lied about that. I need to be honest with you. You waited until people FOIA'd your DD-214 and started asking questions. That's a problem. That's a fucking problem. So Zach is one of the greatest humans I have ever met in my entire fucking life. And I absolutely adore Zach. And I'm not just saying that because he's in here. I love you, buddy. Buffberg, will quickly become a fan favorite. I think Fritz is telling you it is time. It is time. Protocol 4 for the puppies. Knox, speak. Tell me. Tell me. Use your big boys. No, not you. Tell me. Well, Fritz gave me like a little growl. I'm good with it. You guys each got one. You're getting too fat anyways. 91 Bravo, 2011 and 2015. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, after this thing recently came out, I'm like, look, guys. At this point, we should all just pin our DD214 to the top of our social media page. Like, we should just all do that. Just because I'm so tired of people, like, just embellishing their fucking service. If you are a creator and you're a veteran, just 100%, someone is probably going to FOIA your DD214, especially if you get big enough. And if they want mine, bro, you ain't even got to FOIA it. Let me just redact like my name and social and shit off of there, and I'll fucking mail it to you. I don't give a shit. Because I have nothing to hide. Was I in Afghanistan? Yes. Do I have a combat action badge? Yes. Was I deployed to UAE? Yes. Was I fucking in charge of a PAT site? Yes. Do I have 2 meritorious service medals, fucking, I think 3 or 4 RCOMs and like 5 AAMs? Yes. All that's there. I have it all. I have all the certificates from it. Because I kept on my fucking paperwork. I don't know how much chat knows Zach's donkey story unless they went to the live shows. Just doing a wellness check on all our frostbacks in here after last week's hockey game. Just remember, there is no shame in second, but not being able to score on a 5-on-3, there is shame in that. Did they get a 5-on-3? I didn't see the game. And Knox is over there hacking up something. I don't know what he's doing. He's just gross. Write your wishes and wish for the list to be granted. Man's onto something. That's big brain shit. I will only trust Buff.
Well, you should know. Look, I have a solution for a lot of life's problems. Somebody tried it back in the 1940s. That was their final solution. I've somewhat modified it with a whole lot less, like genocide. But I think it'll go. I think it'll be fine.
But first deployment was to guard PAT sites in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Dude, and there's no shame in that. Dude, that's the thing that doesn't make any damn sense to me. There is zero shame in telling the truth about your service. You know who gets all like, you're not infantry, you're not the, blah, 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 and they call you Pogue? Dudes who make a 3-week course about falling down their entire life. Their opinion shouldn't matter to you. Yes, I'm talking about airborne school. You practice falling down for 3 weeks, and you got a badge for it. Congratulations. It means fucking nothing. Stolen valor needs to be a felony. It is a felony, but you have to get monetary gain from it. An argument could be made in this situation that he did, but I don't know. It's kind of a slippery slope because I haven't said anything untrue, but I don't know, maybe after years, I mean, it's been over a decade since I was in Afghanistan. Some people might remember the story slightly different than me. Some people might remember how things went slightly different than me, and that's okay. We still all experience the same shit. Can the U.S. intercept the BrahMos? Could you? BrahMos is a very broad class of missiles. BrahMos, they have a BrahMos cruise missile. They have a BrahMos mid-range ballistic missile, short-range ballistic missile. They have a BrahMos potential hypersonic. Most of the BrahMos, I'm relatively confident I would be able to intercept. If not me, Aegis could, or Thad could, depending on how high it goes, the range, stuff like that. Over 20 years for me, yeah, it's just tell that to Tony Gonzalez. Yeah, I guess now Tony is embellishing his military service too. Dude, give it up. Give it, Tony. I told Brandon, I texted Brandon after all this Tony stuff came out, and I was like, Brandon, when you volunteered to run for Congress, first of all, I was like, why? You have everything you want in life. But then I was like, it's going to be a lot of personal attacks and shit out of context. And now we're less than a week before the primary. And literally the entire campaign, Brandon Herrera has told the truth. That's it. He's told the truth about Tony Gonzalez. Tony has done nothing but take shit out of context. I love Tony mailed out a flyer. I shit you not. Brandon sent it to me and it pissed me off. And I hope this is karma. But he sent out a flyer of Brandon at one of the unsub shows with the medals on and shit like that. Obviously, those were gifted to him by veterans and people who earned those. It was forced valor. It was a good joke. I'm standing next to Brandon with my microphone, saluting him and giving the speech, what is it called? The publish for the orders. You know, Secretary of the Army has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, for that whole thing. I was saying that. And in the flyer that shows that picture of me and Brandon, it says Brandon doesn't like veterans. Brandon hates veterans. In a picture of Brandon with a veteran who was reciting something that only a veteran would fucking know. Like, dude, it's so wild to me, man. It's so insane. Please make a news podcast where you tell the news, but you're high and call it Vertex. Bro, I don't know if you guys want that. Joker, thank you so much. Final donation for today. It's our Adirondo. If someone gives you 15 grand, would I spend a month in Damascus? Not for 15 grand. No. Damascus is Syria, right? Syria's kind of spicy right now. And I mean, I'm relatively confident I could stay below the radar and just kind of chill out for a month. Hell, I could literally just have nothing but water for a month and still be fine. Hashtag chubby. But yeah. Anthrax sucks. Red Ring of Pain. Side topic. Anyone find out about those 2 Canadians who bet if they lost, they join the Marines and do 20 years? I think they're making a bunch of like videos, like joking that they're going to join. I don't think they're actually going to do it. Did I ever have chickenpox parties as a child? Yes. Yes. Do parents still do that? Do they? Like, I don't know if they still do that, but like, you want your kid to have chickenpox as a child because as an adult, it's a lot more fucking dangerous. So like when one of us or one of our friends got chickenpox, they were like, bring everyone over. Let's all get chickenpox.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Can we get Buff's opinion on pushing for normalizing the dehumanization of people that take another life unjustly or that abuse children and other vulnerable peoples by calling them mighty regardless of gender, orientation, or politics?
Listen, I think that when you commit a crime of any kind and you become convicted, we should refer to you as a slur. If you're a white dude, we're going to have to come up with a new one. If you're a black dude, you know where I'm going. I think the whole public should just start referring to criminals as different slurs. Because maybe then we can haze them into realizing it's fucking dumb.
I think that's Buff's take on it. I think it's the best way to go. Nah, screw my last statement. Here's a good $10, Rondo. Thank you. Blowing the budget to support you and that distinguished gentleman on the phone with you. Absolutely screw the people who steal valor. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, you know what's crazy is, at least in my experience, people who steal valor didn't do anything of substance in their military career. Now, when I say anything of substance, I'm not saying like combat. I'm saying like did really like important shit, were a vital member of the fucking team. I talk about when I was a battery trainer and I was training 3 crews all hours of the day and night and on Saturday. Because I worked my ass off and got those guys fucking certified. They went overseas and they did the damn mission. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of what they accomplished, and I helped get them there. You know, when I was in UAE and my TCA had to be sent back home, my tactical control assistant, that is a 6-month train up. I got certified in 4 days. I lived about 20 hours a day inside that van. Just air battle after air battle after air battle and asking questions. How does this work? What does this do? And I'm just boom, 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 boom. And that got me to the baseline. And then I continued to expand on my knowledge because I wanted to be good at something. And now I got people asking all sorts of questions about missiles and air defense because I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. And people want to know from an actual subject matter expert, which makes me happy. So I think that if you did really if you worked hard and accomplish something in your military career, you don't steal valor. If you just went through the motions and did bare minimum and just got a paycheck, you steal valor. That's my one gimme. Only one of those things you actually know things about. Listen, weapons, If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. I'm just kidding. So I shouldn't send Brand a replica rack for an Anzac Day. Listen to Sisters in Arms and wear my medals on the left. I mean, I think that joke is over, the whole forced valor thing, but I still think it's hilarious. Brandon Herrera, if you want to just compare strictly abstract, Brandon Herrera and the groups he's part of have raised more for veterans than Tony Gonzalez ever has. And it's interesting because Tony Gonzalez is on the Appropriations Committee. He sends a lot of money over to police forces, which is important because police forces need funding. Hasn't raised any money for vets, or very little, compared to Brandon Herrera, who's only really been raising money for vets for the last couple years that he's been on Unsub. Well, I think he did some before that. From the guy who's not anything or anyone, thank you for your service. Know we love you and grateful for all you have done. I appreciate it. As a soft taco? Is that your name? A soft taco? Am I fucking this up? Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the support. It's just, I don't understand why people steal valor. Which apparently, and by the way, from this guy who's not anything or anyone, everyone is important. Every single person I've ever met is extraordinary in one way or another. Now, I will admit some of them are just extraordinarily stupid. You got to take the good with the bad. But every single person you meet is extraordinary in one way or another. Every single one. And I appreciate you being here. Do you think something is going down in the Dust Bowl with the buildup of strike aircraft and tankers in the Middle East and Europe, along with other countries leaving their embassies in Iran? I think it's close. I don't know how close. I think that President Trump very much wants to try and reach a deal with Iran, but I don't know what Iran's deal is. Like previously, they always pushed the envelope just far enough that we never butted heads. We never did. And now they're not. They're pushing as far as they possibly can, which is wild. So I think something is going to happen. I would very much like to not put American service members in harm's way. But I also say this. The U.S. military is there when something in the darkness growls in the night. We'll say it that way, right? Be this oppression, persecution, annihilation. The United States is there and answers. So if our service members have to be put in harm's way, my prayers are with them, but also my trust and confidence in their abilities to see it through and get the job done. Iraq and Afghanistan, you can talk as much shit as you want to about that, but the reality is every single engagement, with the exception of Operation Red Wings, but we kind of won that one in the long run, every single engagement in both of those theaters, the United States military won. Every single one. So, regardless of the politicians of the nation building and all this other garbage, our men and women did the job. Where did I go to basic? Fort Knox, Kentucky. I was OSIT because when I enlisted, I was a 19 kilo. They don't do basic at Fort Knox anymore. I think they shut that down in 2010. I was Disney Barracks. Delta Company 281 Armor. 444 days, I remember. Yeah, I remember that whole fucking situation. That is the one thing I got to hand to Russia. I really got to hand it to them. When someone captures a Russian, like a Russian citizen, they're like, okay, we're going to try and save this person, but our real goal is to kill everybody who took them. I really like that. Like, if we could kind of combine that with us, and I feel like we do. I feel like the SEALs, the Delta guys, like when it's hostage rescue, like we're not afraid of just eliminating as many people as we want, but they're very fantastical about it. Gold still there? Gold for who? What? Non-mil aren't the only ones with entropy. Entropy? I don't know that word. Had my squadron commander, no prior experience outside the Pentagon, try to get rid of me via 418. It's 14 and a half years in because he didn't like me. Oh, bro. Something I learned about being in the military is, at least for the U.S. military, if you are phenomenal at your job, like you're really good at what you do, aside from a couple very specific things, like doing something to someone that rhymes with grape, things like that, if you don't do anything like that, you're unfucking touchable. I can't read? What did I not read? Non-mill aren't the only ones with entropy? What did I not read? Zach, if you sit quiet, you're complicit. Hammer the facts. Above all, Sisters in Arms, Wear My Medals on the left as a motivational song. Sisters in Arms, Wear My Medals on the left. Are we talking about the Wax? I'm unfamiliar with what you're talking about. Ozzy Wolf? The Wax is the Women's Army Corps. I really wish they had more information on it because I'd love to do a video about the Wax around D.C. During World War II. And we briefly went over it on the Habitually Fat tour because they have like one panel because it was just recently, like in the 90s or something, declassified, is that the Women's Army Corps, which were supposed to be only like medical and clerical and stuff like that, they were actually manning air defense systems around D.C. During World War II, which is fucking gangster, right? Like those women need to be praised. Absolutely. You just want, I just want a fat electrician video about me. I did it all. Listen, I don't know about you, but that guy sounds like a hero. I don't know about you guys. Did I do the punch meter anymore at Unsub? No, I kind of hurt my hand after a little while. That thing fucking sucked. This is my last 3 days of active duty. Pick up my DD-214 on Monday. 20 years of stealth coatings on F-22s and F-35s. 10 of them in flight test. Cheers. Frothy. Tell me I'm reading it wrong. That guy's name is not Frothy Anus Juice. Please tell me his name is not Frothy Anus Juice. Dude, I was going to give you like a real heartfelt thing, but like that name is killing me, man. Oh my God. So... Frothy Anus Juice. I hope I'm reading that wrong. Pick up a hobby. Get yourself a good job. Thank you very much for what you did. You made it further than I did. I got 16 years, 7 months. That's what I got. In 0 days. The world is going to get very loud to you. Don't let it make you into an angry person. Everything that you've pushed aside for the last 20 years just comes rushing in. And you're if you spent that long in the military, you're a man or woman of priorities or of accomplishments. You want to get this done, this done, this. Like you have in your head a running list of everything you want to get done. You will burn yourself out. Take your time. Enjoy the time with the family that you weren't able to have while you were in. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Thank you so much for what you do and what you did. And this is the thing. A lot of vets get out and they get very jaded because the next generation. But I remember when I was just an ignorant little specialist or private. I remember. I wasn't a good soldier when I first came in. I wasn't. I was a shit soldier. I was late. I was a crybaby. I had an excuse for everything. But by the time I walked away, at least from my profession and my foxhole, I was very confident that the next generation was able to carry the torch and do the job. And I hope you have the same pride in the people you've trained to replace you. Shit does feel odd as fuck. Yeah, dude, it's wild, man. It's hard to walk away. At first it feels like a long leave, and then after a while you're like, what the fuck do I do now? I know you guys do museums, but would you be interested in me taking you guys through a canyon that was both misinterpreted and used to hide Native American children during the 1920s? It's in northwest Arizona. If there's enough of a story there, yeah, I'm not opposed to that, but I have like 4 or 5, actually like probably closer to 10 museums waiting. I'm waiting on Nick. Nick is the one. Air Force, best force. Fuck you, Wolfram. Do I think Iran has a nuclear weapon? No. No, I don't. I think Iran has enough nuclear material to maybe make a dirty bomb, but I don't know if it's refined enough to really have it be significant. And even if they did, it would strictly kind of create a policy of mutually assured destruction, where we got to fight through proxies. Like, I don't know about y'all, like, and I've said this from the get-go. I absolutely, like, on a moral side, on a moral, like, just the way my brain works, I absolutely 100% stand behind Ukraine defending themselves against Russia. However, from a tactical, non-moral side, people like, we've sent all this money over to Ukraine. Hold on. It has cost 0 American lives, a large sum of money, for us to circumstantially cripple and make a laughingstock out of one of our near-peer adversaries. I'd say that's money well spent. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want any, like, on a moral level, I don't want any more Ukrainians to die, but we've made Russia look really fucking stupid over the past 4 years. And I don't care who it is, like, and anyone's like, well, what about Ukraine this? What about Russia? There's no one who's perfect in war. There's no such thing as good guys and bad guys in war. It's all just a fucking slider of shit and bad. Air Force surf and turf on Fridays. HLC's like such a cool older brother. Thank you. Maybe. I retired in 2003 as 11 Bravo. In 2003, my training ladder is my greatest achievement. My soldiers all surpassed me and made me proud. That's a fucking mark of a leader. I love that my guys did better than me. I like see some of the people I trained, and some of them become warrant officers now. I couldn't be more proud of them. Couldn't be more proud, even if they hated my guts, that I was there and I helped get them there. We sent too much iron for this not to be a repeat of GW1 24 Air War if this goes hot. I mean, there's a lot of firepower sitting over there. There's a shit ton of firepower sitting in the Middle East. Regarding the Iran build-up, several Instagram and YouTube channels I follow for ham radio, shortwave radio content have noticed more number of stations popping up on channels that have previously been quiet. I don't know enough about the ham radio, like, world and just, like, repeating number sequences you get to make an assessment there. Okay. If I were in charge, okay, king for a day, if I was in charge, the amount of firepower, fuelers, and just combat resources that are in the Middle East right now are probably triple what we would need to really send a message to the regime in Iran, right? It's probably triple that. If I were king for a day, smoke and mirrors this bitch. I'm not saying they're going to do this, but this is how I would do it. See this huge buildup? Things start going better. Lie to the news and say that things are going better, right? Tell the news, yeah, our talks are going good. Start moving assets out of the area. Right when you do that, that's when I'd fucking hit Iran. Because everyone thinks that, hey, assets are moving out of the area. He says things are going good. That's exactly when I would fucking hit them. Me, king for a day. Yeah, that's where my brain would be at. Navy SEAL Museum in Jensen Beach, Florida. Ooh, that would be fucking gangster. I didn't even know they had a Navy SEAL museum. Talk softly but carry a big stick. Only thing that dude got right. You talking about speak softly and carry a big stick? That was Teddy Roosevelt. That wasn't. I think that was Teddy Roosevelt, wasn't it? That wasn't FDR. Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, I just want to make sure that was Teddy. Last live, I was like, yeah, no, it's this. And I was way wrong. I thought the Mighty Mo was at Hawaii when Pearl Harbor happened. Did we have a growler over Iran? I want to hear the kid recite all the aircraft over Iran that appeared mysteriously. I mean, it's not unheard of for the Goodyear blimp to be in UAE. and that's pretty much where it was. But it was kind of fun to joke that, I mean, could we do that? Yes. There's a jammer pod or some kind of missile. I was reading about it when the Ukraine war first kicked off that we gave to Ukraine and can pretty much make their radars see whatever we want them to see, which is terrifying. Yeah. As a radar operator, that is fucking terrifying. Next time you see P.A. Poseidon character, can you voice him like one of the seagulls from Finding Nemo? Mine? We have like 8 P8s over there right now, don't we? 6 or 8? We have a good number of them. Have I missed the missiletism? I mean, we had some light missiletism. You did miss a phone call from Veteran with a Sign, and everyone else got to hear that. So you did miss that. Sisters in Arms was a 3 Aussie women, one from each branch, singing a song commissioned by the War Memorial. It's a bit of a joke. Oh, really? I'd never heard of that before. At part of my name, Soft Software Company T Technology. Sorry about that. Oh, at Soft Co. Oh, you're part of a software company. You guys make video games? You need someone to alpha test? I got you. I need to get in with a video gaming fucking company. I just wish I had time. Okay, honestly, it was good. I was just good at my job because I knew it made valuable. The secret is to be the best at what you do no matter what you're doing. Exactly. That's one thing my dad's a little pragmatic, but that's one of the things that my dad always passed on to all of us was if you're going to do something, be phenomenal at it. Be good at it. Like, that's all you got to do is just be good at it. And I'll be totally honest with you. Like, when I switched from armor to air defense artillery, I went to Korea, and I in-processed people for a year. I didn't learn anything about my job. I had a good time, but I didn't know anything about my job. And then I got to Fort Sill, and I was like, I'm a tanker. I'm not an air defender. I'm a tanker. Blah, 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 blah. And so they put me on gate guard. And if you're an air defender and they put you on gate guard, I'm going to say this for all the air defenders in the back. You are useless. Figure it out. And that's what I did. I came back and I was like, I'm going to figure this shit out. And I started learning it. I started loving it because I was able to figure things out and it was a good time. Korea's a short tour. Yeah, it was only a year back then. I think it's 2 or 3 now. I'm not sure. I think if it's 3, they have to let your family go, but some of the people over there did have like a command sponsorship to bring their families and stuff. I was just up the way from Osan. I was at Suwon Air Base. Shawshank, as we called it. Shawshank was a good time. Fritzy, no, we're not done yet. We still got like 30 minutes, bud. Where's your mother? I'm going to text her. Tell her come get her son. 300,000 missing kids from 20 to 24 across the Texas border? That's nuts. There we go. Mr. Bob Beeble, thank you so much. The generation, my NCO always bugs me. I would be the old people now, the back in my day type. Yeah, you hated it back in your day. We're just mad that improvements happened. You know, you have to get with the times. And there's so many old heads in the military that they just don't get it. Like, for example, why do we still have CQ in the Army? Charge of quarters. Why? You know what charge of quarters was for? To grab your soldier because they had a wall phone, little fucking normal phone, right? And you could say, hey, bring me Private so-and-so. And they would go, Roger. And they would just go get him and send him over to the company area. We don't need that shit anymore. People are like, oh, well, if the soldiers aren't watched, they'll act stupid. They're going to act stupid anyways. I would rather those soldiers act stupid in the fucking barracks where it's somewhere that I can manage it and I can make them sweat. I can make them vomit. I can just handle all that shit. And they're not getting a DUI out in town where it's going to ruin their whole fucking career. I would rather have Joe be dumb on my watch than on some fucking county PD watch. That's just the way my brain works. But yes. Have you guys thought about coming to the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama? That is high on my list. I've been there once before. You guys have 2 Saturn V's out there. I would love to go. It's a matter of when. Teddy gave Wilson the present. The start of the progressive led to income tax. Have a good stream. Gonna go to bed. Good night. Cosmic Cracker, I probably missed you, but appreciate it. Don't lie, Goodyear's hanging around for the show. Probably. I don't know. You know, maybe Weapons knows, because I haven't spent enough time around them. Who makes the tires for military aircraft? It's always like a weird one-off company that like makes shit, but I can tell you right now, Lockheed Martin does not make the tires, well, at least I think, for like the F-22 or the F-35. I bet they get those tires from someone else. Probably Goodyear. I don't think it's Pirelli. I mean, they pay Pirelli prices because it's fucking F-22. Michelin? Would I visit the USS Texas? Texas. Yes, 1,000%. I really want to go to the Texas. Most normal tire companies have a division for aviation. Oh, see, learn something new every day. I know our big tires on our Hemmets, those were Michelin's. Our big, like, fucking, I don't know, 40-inch with run flats that weigh, like, enough to make you drop your asshole on the floor. I know, because I've had to change them before. Yeah, those are Michelin. Some of them might have been Big O. I don't know. America didn't get their value from me as a sailor. I might have been okay as a sailor, but looking back on 30 years ago, I was a terrible seaman. And that's okay. Life is a learning experience, man. I'm more mature now than I was back then. And I'm fortunate that I stayed in. Because if I had just done my 4 years and then got out, I'd probably look back a lot like that. And it's nothing against you, Bruce, right? Like it's not a bad thing. Life is all about learning. And as you get a little bit older, you start to refine your knowledge and you start to get better at things and realize the importance of certain things. It's a really weird thing. And I'm mainly just speaking for the young people in here. I don't know how many young people we have in here. Aussie cities wear medals or replicas on Anzac Day. The custom is to wear them on the wrong side, i.e. right, so a song was made for women to take pride in earning their medals and wearing them on the left. Oh, that's actually really cool. I didn't know that. Michelin is just the biggest, work with them, so my best guess, yeah. No spam, last and only warning. Oh, sorry, Wolfram's Canadian. Hey, there's no spam there. This is your last and only warning. Don't make me break out the war crimes. Listen, we're still pretty upset over those 2 hockey games. I got my poutine packed up. This European's ready to fucking rock. I love you, Wolfram. Lego makes more tires than anyone. I don't know why, but I believe you. I have no idea. But I feel like I should believe you. I know you're a huge Titanfall fan. Did I ever play Apex Legends? Yes, a little bit. Not very much. Mostly when they brought in Valkyrie, when she would kill me or someone playing as her would kill me in Apex, I'd go back to Titanfall and kill her dad all over again. Because fuck her, that's why. That was my satisfaction. I'm not from Michigan. I'm not from Michigan, dear bud. We're up here in the Great White North. That's all right. It's all right. I'm going to have to say that, you know, that's a northern Midwest accent when we get Alberta. So it's... I love you, Wolfram. I'm fucking with you, man. How does a kid feel about his first combat deployment to Israel? And how's Franklin handling the kid being away from home?
Oh, you think I left him behind? Oh, no, there's storage enough for a raccoon. I just have to keep him away from the wiring. He gets kind of snacky on the long flights.
Six to 8 in the area? You mean normal? Is that... How many fucking P8s do we have? Because, like... The P8, man... like. It's like the jumbo jet of murder. Like, that's really what it is. Why did we make that? Like, to me, like, okay, I understand why, right? It hunts surface and submarine vessels. Like, it has a purpose. It has a job. But I still feel it's unnecessary. Ling Long Tires. Sorry. Have I ever played Monster Hunter? No. One Punch Dad tried getting me into that. I just never picked it up. It's not his first combat deployment. Who's my... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no. The F-22's been over there several times. Now, here's the thing. I like to make jokes that the kid has never eaten. But as things are starting to get like declassified and stuff, the F-22 was present at the Battle of ConocoPhillips in Syria when Wagner got their shit pushed in. We don't know how much their support was. Like we know B-52s went in. We know that. We know where they were hitting. They were chasing them back across their border. We know the Apaches were hunting them down. We know that the HIMARS that the U.S. forces had 20 kilometers away or so was hunting the BM-21 Grads, but I was unable to find out what the F-22s actually did, which is going to be hard to discern in general. Do you need me to explain the maritime ISR to you? I don't know. I know what ISR means. Intelligence, surveillance, retards. it's reconnaissance. I know. When I turned 45, I got into sanitation, though. I know how to work hard. Took me having to learn hard lessons from 20 to 45. And now I'm locked at favorably as the best SST driver in San Antonio. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Be fucking good at what you do. And some people, everyone's path is a little bit different, right? This world would be boring if everybody was the same. But I'm sure that those experiences, whatever they may be that you had from 20 to 45, you can probably impart that knowledge on the next generation. Whether or not they choose to listen to you, that's entirely their own prerogative. Don't agree at all. Quit being a bitch sack. Literally, the Marines not claiming him. Who? What? What are we talking about? The supporting cast? There's absolutely enough there. I'm making my own video on it as my first video on my channel. But I'd love to take you guys around and make your own video. I even viewed one of the elders for it. I'm not opposed. I don't know when. Stick around and like just stay in the chats and stuff like that on Fridays with me, and I will probably, you don't gotta pay obviously, but when we get done and we're looking for more things, I might be like, hey, where's that guy from Northern Arizona? Reach out to one of my mods. If you do it right now, it's gonna get lost in all the messages. There's a lot of things in line before you. Yeah. If that wasn't a good message, I could delete it just cause, but it's funny, so it stands. What is the message? As you're getting into Warhammer 40K, would you be interested in playing Owlcat's new game, Warhammer 40K Dark Heresy? Also, let's go Cupcake. What is Dark Heresy? I don't have time for video games or games in general as it is. I'm not opposed, but I don't have any time. Am I still going to support everything Trump and his administration of far-right chuds and the insidious cruelty enforcers? So, Golf Foxtrot Lima. I don't support everything the president does. Just like I didn't support everything President Biden did. But the reality is, and don't ban him or anything else like that, right? The reality is, following any ideology blindly is a dumb decision, right? But I very much understand tactical and strategic decisions that are immoral. So I will always back those up. Do I know that, like, on the world of the political spectrum, I lean a little bit more right? Yes, absolutely I do. But anytime I disagreed with President Biden, I would get called MAGA in my videos. And anytime I disagree with President Trump, which does happen, it has happened in my videos. I made a joke about Kash Patel very recently and what he said and how stupid it was. I get called a liberal. There is no appeasing everybody when it comes to this. I try and give you guys a little bit of comedy, a lot of facts, and I understand that my base, my following they tend to be more conservative, and that's fine. I don't disagree with your opinion on what you believe. I think that's entirely great, and I think that's what makes this country great, is you make the decisions that are best for you. And I vote for what I believe, and you vote for what you believe. But I would caution you from stating that I or anyone else, unless they make it blatantly obvious, follow any ideology blindly, because it's dangerous. I think you should question everything. So that's kind of the long and short of it. Okay, Golf Foxtrot Lima. I don't hate you. I think that, in the same way that, like Charlie Kirk would say, I think that we all should be able to have conversations about these things, and these things are difficult. And like one of my wife's friends, she is very left, but this is the thing, she is at the point of left that we can still have a conversation and not hate each other. Because I ask her opinions on things, and she asked my opinion on things. Well, why do you believe that? Why do you believe this way? Well, I believe because of this. This is where I found this information. Would you like to know more about this? And then she shares it with me. We don't hate each other for it. I actually think she's an awesome person. And I encourage you to do the same. How dare I make fun of Cashew Pretzel? Missile Moron can talk about politics. Chat cannot. I know weapons. It's fine. It's Why are you guys so mean to me? You're like, dipshit can talk about politics, but you guys can't. It's okay. And, you know, the guy spent the money for the thing and challenge authority. It's the American way. Bingo. I wouldn't say challenge. I would say question. Question authority. But do so respectfully. Like, you know, whether, for example, do I know that there's bad cops? Abso-fucking-lutely. Am I still going to be absolutely compliant? Mm-hmm. Because I know that motherfucker got a gun. And I know that there's a person behind that badge who may be afraid. So I'm going to do everything in my power so that they're not afraid. I'm also intelligent enough to understand that if they pull me over some bullshit, then I'm going to go, yep, cool. I'll sign my ticket. I'll see you in the courtroom. We're going to subpoena the fucking badge cam, and we're going to have a conversation about why you're making shit up. That's all it is. As again, at 40K, just remember, you always remind other players that cat girls are canon, and they have their own planet. They'll get mad. Did the orcs imagine a cat girl planet? I don't know much about the orcs because they haven't really been mentioned, but from what I was told is that orcs, if they like collectively think of something together, it becomes reality, which I think is hilarious. Staying, but last message of the night, your response to Golf Foxtrot is exactly what I want to ask someone like you my intellectual questions. Exactly. I mean, you don't got to ask me. I mean, I encourage everyone to ask each other, and you know, I've said this for a long time, and you know, I think even my mods can get behind this. It's always been my position. I'm not going to tell anyone what to think. I'm going to tell you to think. I'm going to defend my position and my beliefs and why I feel this way. But I'm not going to hate somebody else for theirs. There are certain people on this planet, though, that hate and want to kill me for my beliefs. That is what it is. Taliban tried for a year. Fuckers don't know how to shoot for shit. Not very good at the IEDs. Blew themselves up a lot. Did I see the video about the hypersonic voyage of the Russia-Baltic fleet? I did not. I know I talked to, I think it was you last week about the Russo-Japanese War, and then there was some shenanigans that went on in like 1904. I haven't had any time to look into it. I'm so sorry, man. Total War, Warhammer's where it's at. Is that the RTS one? Look, man, you know what we need? Video game developers out there, we need a bare bones good RTS, okay? I got Broken Arrow. I purchased Broken Arrow. I was like, this is going to be great. All the units have a million different fucking things you can do with them. Simple. I want to send this unit to kill that. Simple. We need that. Dude, like all these RTS games now are trying to reinvent the fucking wheel. I still have Age of the Empires, and I have the fourth one because it's still kind of that way. You just upgrade your shit, you get your resources, you attack. Like, that's cool. That's reasonable. But dude, some of these RTS games are just wild. I can get you a good couple of YouTube videos on the Russian Baltic Fleet. It's comical. I'm not opposed. My wife has me very recently watching this show called Crash Landing on You. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean K-drama. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, there's dubbed on there. I hate dubbed. I use subtitles. But I use subtitles on even American shows too because I'm fucking deaf. So it's not bad. Missing out, Uncle Buff will be sad at you. The Russian Baltic Fleet voyage is by far one of the greatest displays of military incompetence in human history. You mean more than the invasion of Ukraine. Now I'm intrigued. Command & Conquer, yes, Command & Conquer was so good. Blizzard might be making a StarCraft 3? I don't know. StarCraft 2 was okay. I didn't really enjoy it. StarCraft 2, so my style of playing is turtle. I play like a turtle. I set up my one spot. I build my defenses. I played a little bit of StarCraft 2, and like you run out of resources so much, you got to like move and have like almost satellite bases and shit. I didn't like it. Not my thing. Command and Conquer Generals. I would love to get a new Command and Conquer Generals. Kane's Wrath, not a fan. Command and Conquer, I think it was just Command and Conquer 3. I played that one. And like the carriers could drive up onto land and had tracks and shit. I was like, this is dumb. I want to shoot at stuff. This is dumb. But yeah, it was, we need a good Command and Conquer. Way more? Oh, damn. Did I research American Wizard? I did not. Guys, so I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't home for pretty much a day after my last stream until like a couple days ago. Day before yesterday. So I've been kind of busy. I'm sorry. Love from Uvalde. Nice. You're going to vote for Brandon Herrera, right? I'm sorry. Sorry. Your vids are awesome. Screw Tony Gonzalez. Our town hates him. I voted for Brandon last time, and my whole family's voting for him this time. That's what I'm talking about, Chance Vance. Hell yeah. I honestly, and this is the thing. Yes, Brandon is my friend. Yes, absolutely. But I also look at things logically. If you remove all of that personal connection I have to Brandon Herrera, let me look at what we have. We have Tony Gonzalez, an adulterer, fucking manipulator, kind of quasi fucking not voting with his party, was placed in power, takes a ton of fucking PAC money. Have you guys ever looked up, like there's a website you can look up who is donating to different things? Brandon Herrera is almost entirely individual donations, and Tony Gonzalez, a PAC number one, obviously, and then another PAC. It's all PACs. That's where he gets his fucking money from. And then I have Brandon Herrera, who quite literally gains nothing. And to me, logically, like I look at Brandon Herrera with the same like enthusiasm and what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an O. Not, I want to say optimization. That's fucking wrong. Optimism. That's the word I was looking for. Optimism as I did, and it was ignorant. I shouldn't have done it. But I looked at fucking Eye Patch guy. The one who was the Navy SEAL. I really had high hopes for that guy, and he came in and immediately became a product of the people around him. I was so fucking let down by that dude. I really thought he was going to go in and make things happen, but that dude irritates me. It's worse than the invasion of Ukraine by several orders of magnitude. Good God. I feel a hint of Eli's family. We're not there yet. Dan Crenshaw. There you go. That guy. I had so much. I was so I forgot the word again. Optimistic about Dan Crenshaw. I really was. And God, he let us all down. Like even a lot of my friends that I know, like he ain't the one, man. He ain't the one. God, I really like, he was a vet, combat wounded, fucking, and then you find out dude is Tony equals bad Pac-Man. Well, he's getting a lot of money from PACs. And this is the thing. I don't think PAC money should be a thing. I don't. I think every single political campaign should be self or funded by the American people. Now, technically, PAC money is from the American people. Look, I went down the PAC rabbit hole. Go do your own research, but it's going to piss you off. Okay, I was going to say something there, but I'm like, we'll just leave it. I went down the PAC rabbit hole and to see how money flows, and it's so fucking sleazy. It is so unbelievably sleazy. So I have... Oh yeah, Crenshaw's going after Sean Ryan, which is nuts. They had a ship sunk on another run aground before leaving port. We're talking 18,000 mile long voyage. Good God. I'm sorry for behavior earlier. Also, what do you think of Detective Comics Absolute Universe series? I'm unfamiliar with the Detective Comics Absolute Universe series. And no, it's okay, Golf Fox Charlie. I mean, it's not like it's not a negative thing, right? Like when it comes to politics in general, some people, I'm not saying you individually, but right in general, some people, they immediately kind of come out a little bit more aggressive because that's what they're used to dealing with. And that's okay, right? But I think having an open and candid communication really just makes our country stronger. Really does. There are some people you're not going to be able to reason with, and that's okay. There are some that are just way off their fucking rocker. And I tend to not talk to those people. But you seemed like an individual who was in here and was trying to ask, just a bit of a candid question, and that's okay. So I gave you the benefit of the doubt. And I appreciate you coming back and, hanging out and talking with me, man. How much of his own money has Brandon lost doing the whole politics thing? I don't even want to fathom. Does Iran have the capabilities to fire a missile that can reach us? In the U.S., no. That's why they threaten Israel, is because they know that they can reach Israel. They can reach... They might be able to reach, the United Kingdom? Maybe? And that's kind of wishful thinking. But there's a lot of U.S. military bases over there. And if you throw enough missiles at enough of them, something is going to get through. And some of them don't even have high to medium air defense because that threat wasn't really assessed, or we don't have the assets to allocate there. So when we protect our assets, and when I say assets, I mean like military bases in the Middle East, we do something called a CVT assessment, and that gives us a CAL. Okay, CVT stands for criticality, vulnerability, and threat. Also recuperability is in there. Some people want to change it to CVRT. It's not really a big deal. But you give it a scoring based on its criticality, vulnerability, and threat. And that creates the CAL, the critical asset list, right? This is the critical assets that we have, and you prioritize them, 1 to however many assets you have. Okay, we have this many systems and this many personnel that can protect these. So now we need to create something called a DAL. You use the CAL to immediately create the DAL, the defended asset list. And then you prioritize those 1 to however many. And some of them are higher on the list, and some of them are low enough on the list that they don't have any high to medium air defense. You're not going to... It's fucked up. It's the fucked up part of air defense, but you're not going to waste the fuel, the resources, and the personnel protecting a small outpost from a missile barrage that may not ever happen. You're going to protect the larger air bases, those strategic assets, infrastructure, power generation, counter-strike capability, defensive counter-air, spy plane locations. Those are the things you're going to be going after. It's the shitty part about being an air defender, but it's war. And it sucks. I hate it. I wish we had enough personnel and systems to protect everything. But if we did, then they would just find more shit that they want us to protect. Think the F-22s will be assisting the Iron Dome, better tracking at incoming? No, not necessarily. I don't think the F-22 would pass data between them to the Iron Dome, but Israeli F-35s absolutely would be doing that. Mainly for, so they can't, what the U.S. can do, well, is getting the ability to do, as we have initial operability of IBCS, the Integrated Air Missile Defense Battle Command System. With that system, you can have an F-35 in the air, fire a Patriot missile, and then the F-35 can take the missile mid-flight and guide it into its target. The United States and now Poland has that ability. Poland bought the system years ago. They threw a whole bunch of money at it, helped save us a bunch of money. Israel doesn't have IBCS. I don't think the Iron Dome can do that. However, the Iron Dome does have a queuing feature. So with the radar that they have, the F-35 can detect it, and through their link architecture, their background processes, it can say, hey, there's an inbound threat. And then the Iron Dome can usually prioritize its power and radiation to look in that general vicinity for that threat until it identifies said threat. And then it'll make the engagement itself. Does that make sense? Hey, Craft Voorhees, what is up, my dude? Who is our biggest buyer of military equipment? Timeline matters. As of recently, Poland. Poland all day. Poland has bought IBCS. They have twice as many HIMARS as we do. Well, they put that many in for an order. They've ordered 160 fucking Apache attack helicopters. K2PLs, they're making Korean tanks in their own country. They also have Leopards. They have fucking Abrams. They have a whole bunch of other shit. Poland is wild armed. Poland has been buying. F-22 versus the Tomcat and F-4 Phantom, who wins? F-22, 1,000 times over. I'm sorry. I love the Tomcat. I love the Phantom. Okay, I like the Phantom. It's not one of my more favorite jets. F-22 all day long, especially if it's BVR. If it's beyond visual range, F-22 a fucking 1,000 times out of 1,000. Let me see. Hell yeah, thanks, bro. Be that last missile they fired. I lied. Last message was cheaper, so this is the last one. I will absolutely wait till you're available. Also, next week is payday, so be ready for brain questions. I'll see what I can do for you, my man. But we are at our 2-hour mark. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you all so much for being here. Craft Voorhees, I know you got in a little bit late, man, but I'll text you later on, man. Thank you all so much for being here. If you'd like to support the channel, please go to habituallinecrosser.com or go on over to Bunker Branding, get yourself some merch. We have buff shirts, we have Lawnmower of Liberty shirts, we have all sorts of different stuff, patches, stickers. Go check it out. But the cheapest and easiest way to support the channel is just watch my videos, and that's all I'll ever ask you guys, okay? So watch out for one another. Don't do the enemy any fucking favors. I'll see you guys next week.